Hello, my name is Chason Forehand. I'm the founder of HR for You Incorporated. We are a charitable nonprofit based out of New York, and our mission is to teach leaders the empowerment that happens when you put people first in your business. If all you care about is your bottom line, then the best way that you can boost your bottom line and stay out of the news as a company that has to lay off tons of people is to pour into your people, get to know your people, create safe spaces where your people can learn and upskill and cross train and develop and bloom where they are. They can fail forward, but you have to do the work, and it's constant. And people a lot smarter than this scarred up old hockey dude have had this conversation. They've put out the data, but yet we're still having the conversation, aren't we? Because there's still in the news all of these companies that are folding, all of these agencies that are laying off thousands of people, all of these leaders that are turning a blind eye and they're not listening to the simple fact that when you put people first, you will thrive, your bottom line will thrive, your people will thrive. And guess what? When you help them thrive, you pay them a living wage and you put your resources into taking care of them, they thrive, the family thrives, their community thrives. You start to break down socioeconomic issues that you didn't even know that you were doing, that you didn't even know that you could solve. You might not even have cared about it. All you care about is the bottom line. But when you pour into people, you're solving all of those issues all together. I hope you enjoy this segment as much as I do. I hope that you find some value in the personalities. I'm going to do more of these as we go along because there's a lot of people that we've had recordings. We have 3 shows now. If you haven't joined up on our YouTube channel, you should get on that. I hope you enjoy this. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for supporting what we do. And leaders, put your people first.
I am an extroverted introvert. So I love people. I love being around people. It fills my cup. And the reason why I have been able to prioritize my time and my energy is I'm very clear on what's most important to me.
I love traveling. I'm a super uber ridiculously proud mom of 2 amazing kids. And I tend to hold on to people's problems because I want people to be happy. I want them to be the best that they can be. So I do so much as I can in my power to help people be the best that they can be.
And that's why when I decided to go out on my own and you do that reflection of figuring out, like, what am I good at? What do I like doing? It just all focused on negotiation, conflict, and communication. I mean, literally the strats are meant to be, they sound oversimplified, but yet together, that's the complex, like, mixture. You have to listen first before you talk if you're a leader.
I was not allowed into the career because people were like, oh, you don't have the experience. But I'm like, I have all these skills that are so transferable. People wonder, how come everybody, there's no, innovation or creativity? Because you are, because you have the same people, which breeds groupthink, which breeds like, I'm going to stay in this lane. I can tell you from my experience coming through the door is like, yeah, I'm glad that you hired me, but my experience didn't match what you told me, or the job wasn't right, or I was treated poorly. So those, we really have to be mindful about those types of things and what we're looking for.
So I say, what projects can I take on so that you can focus on something equally important, but that will also help your employee? And for me, I said, wouldn't it be great if we could deploy all those employee engagement efforts, right? Or give you time to do the employee engagement if that's what you want. And I'll do the EEO reporting, or I'll do the handbooks, or I'll do open enrollment or manager training, right? So there you go.
There we go. All right. My favorite part, I almost started to wear the t-shirt backwards. That's
Change is difficult for most, and the strong, will keep pushing through. But it's not optional. I think Lyndsay Dowd commented on a post I did today, my favorite, about that the work isn't optional.
Yeah.
It's shocking that people can't afford their groceries and they're going to work every day. Yeah. And I stay and became a partner because I believe that it takes a neighborhood to raise a child type theory, right? And the more community that we do this in, I believe that makes the impact as well. There's more force in numbers theory. And so I think if we can join these type of organizations, we can be part of something strong, we will make better change.
I'm a longtime seller. I've been in sales my entire career. So like 20, almost 6 years, I think. And 23 of those years I spent at IBM, and I started at the bottom in customer service, and I worked my way up to executive, and had an incredible experience, got amazing training, did a lot of first of a kind jobs, built a lot of new businesses for IBM, had a really wonderful time, and decided I wanted a new chapter, and I left on my own, and I went and worked for another company. It was in a bit of a new space, still tech, but a different space, and took a step down from where I was, and was like, that's okay. I've got to like learn the ropes, and I'm tenacious. I don't give up. So I'm going to figure this out. And in 6 months, I got fired. The chief heartbeat officer. And what that is an advisor to sales executives on how to honor, encourage, and create this irresistible culture for your people. Because when your people are happy, they produce. And not just a little, they're 6 times more productive when they're happy. I'm a speaker and I'm a coach, and I absolutely love what I'm doing. I think it's so important to create these rich cultures for people and watch them do amazing things. I asked this one question. I have all the managers ask this question. And this is a question that I asked as a manager. And it is a humbling question. It is hard to ask at first, but once you do, the riches start to come. And the question is very simple. It's, how can I be the best manager for you?
And say, hey, how can I take what I have learned and grown with over 20 years in my career? How do I bring more of this to the masses? So how do I, take all that great experience about running learning and development programs, building things up, building courses, facilitating sessions and workshops? How do I just do that instead of in one company and helping that? How about I do this for a bunch of different companies and kind of have that ripple effect move out, right? If you knew that 6 in 10 airline pilots were never prepared to get in the cockpit, would you fly? They're not prepared, and that's what happens. Hey, rocking a spreadsheet is not management material. And in fact, how many of the folks out there watching have had this happen to them or seen it happen to somebody? I take my rock star salesperson, because they're just great. And because they're so great, I turn them into a manager. And then they just, flame out like crazy because they were good at selling, not leading people.